Hello, and welcome to the reading of the week with me, Tarot with Titania. We are reading for the week of July 23rd to 30th. I'd like to invite you now to just close your eyes, pull yourself into the present moment with 3 deep breaths. Right here, right now, letting go of anything where your attention may have been before and letting yourself be in this moment now. And just envision a tree root coming out of the base of your spine, anchoring you deep into Mother Earth, pulling you here and now, and knowing that this tree root is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily and effortlessly pass down into Mother Earth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here to do a reading for our collective highest and greatest benefit. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that we most need to receive right now, and to provide that in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our collective and personal highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible, for the highest and greatest good of all of us. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of beauty, of transformation, of healing, of anything that is in our collective heart and mind. May it be addressed in a timely manner in this window that we have together. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies is welcome to go now. Let's get started. Okay. Creator, what is it that we most need to know this week? My intention is to bring through what it is that we most need, personally and collectively, at this time, so that we can shine brightly in our lives and be of greatest service to each other as we collectively journey forward. Times. Okay. Recent past, the influence is waning, but it continues into the present and the future. This card has been showing up a lot lately in readings, which I find absolutely fascinating. So this card is sitting in the recent past. It is the Magician. The Magician is the maker of magic. The Magician uses their attention, their will, their focus. They pull all of this together, and as a result, they're incredible manifestors. They're able to really bring things through from the area of energetic, of thought, of visioning down into the material realm through their gifts of attention and focus and will. This is sitting in the recent past. The influence is waning, but it continues into our present and into our future. It's also a major arcana, and major arcanas are pay attention cards. They're archetypal. They're big energy cards. They indicate areas where we've done a lot of growth or where we are growing. So this is in the recent past, this learning how to pull through what we want, through our focus, through our attention, through our will, is something that we are collectively learning about and practicing in new ways. Humanity is evolving, and part of our evolution is this understanding that we are powerful co-creators with life. We're not just passive participants. We're here to engage and understand the laws of nature and to participate with them in co-creating magnificent futures. Each of us is a unique expression of the central universal force, and each of us is here to express our unique vision into the collective for the greater good, as well as our own. The present card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is usually a woman, but not always. Kings and queens represent the maturation of their suit. They simply mean that these are individuals who understand the energy of their suit. In this case, Pentacles is the earth sign. And the queen would be the feminine aspects of that element, and the masculine, the king, would be the masculine qualities of that aspect. Sometimes they represent people. More often than not, they represent aspects of ourselves. So here in our present environment, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very practical. She's very realistic. She really is very grounded. She doesn't go off into flights of fancy. She's a very reliable, grounded kind of energy. And she sees the people around her, and she sees the resources around her, and she's able to put people and resources together. She likes to make connections. She likes to bring people together to move projects forward. She's very good in business, earth element. So making resources serve everyone. Win, win, win. That's the Queen of Pentacles. She's really about what will benefit me can also benefit others. How do we design this so that we all succeed and all move forward in a good way together? So this is the energy in our present environment. It's this calling to this higher aspect within us to seek the greater good, to seek to be of service to the greater good, to find the win-win-win, to rise above pettiness and smallness and lack. The Queen of Pentacles is way beyond the energy of lack. She doesn't even go there. It's all about understanding there is abundance for all of us, and that we just need to be creative about how we pursue that. And opening our mind to that possibility of the win-win-win starts to pull that through us into the world. And we can then become channels for how we can be a clearing for the good, not only of ourselves, but of everyone else. The near future, reevaluation, Four of Hearts. So this card would indicate a need to sort of step back a little bit again from the influences of the world to redefine what's important to us. As we're here on this planet, bumping around, having our experiences, we need to know what we want. And this comes from inner evaluation. The message that keeps coming through is that we need to be living our life from the inside out rather than the outside in. And periods of evaluation or pulling ourselves away from the outer world are perfect opportunities for us to get clear about what is in our heart, what is important to us, and then how we want to see that brought into the world, how we want to take that into the world for our own good and for the collective good. So this near future is pulling us again into another time of reflection, of consideration for what's important. And because these cards are personal as well as collective, this is a collective card, this idea of what do we want? What do we want for ourselves and for everyone? We are tremendous, tremendous manifestors. We have incredible energy and power when we understand this, and we can leverage it for the greater good. But being clear about what we want and where we want to go is the first step. Our awareness is so powerful about our preferences, about our enthusiasm, about the things that inspire us and draw us and interest us. That's the energy. That's what we need to follow. That's what we need to be pursuing right now, because that's life calling to life. That's life calling us onward, saying, over here, we need you over here. Bring those talents, those abilities, all those unique things that are you in this direction, because this is where your good is, and this is where you will shine and be able to give your gifts abundantly and well, generously for the greater good, while you will also be taken care of. It doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice yourself in order to be of service. This is about everybody thriving together and doing well together. This is the kind of vision that we need to be holding as we go forward at this time. Who am I? What do I love? What do I hold dear? What calls to me? And how do I line my life up with that so that I can be of greatest service, give my gifts in a beautiful way, and as a result, help everyone else, help that energy to thrive, the collective energy to thrive, including this beautiful planet. We can never forget that we need to be responsible and intentional in our stewardship and relationship with this beautiful planet we call home. And we've forgotten that as humanity, and it's time to pick that piece up again. Some of us have not forgotten it and have been holding it all along, and to you I thank you for holding that energy, for holding that frequency in our collective, so the rest of us can find our way back to it. So important and so good. So this near future, reevaluation, this coming back to our hearts, coming back to what our values are, so that we can stand clear and strong in those in the world. And you see, she has the lotus on the top of her head that's activated, which indicates this is a sort of a contemplative, meditative state. This is a higher activation of our consciousness and awareness as we evaluate our lives, letting the broader, wiser part of us guide us and bring our attention to the pieces that are important, most important to us right now. The foundation card, why we're having the card this week, and we have the card of the world. The world is a big, big card. This is like everything is encompassed in the world. We can take our future in whatever direction we want it to go. Hence that responsibility, the responsibility piece of being really conscious and intentional. And it starts with us in our own life. It starts with us right here, right now. How are we each living our life? Don't worry about the big picture. The big picture is made up of all of us little pieces of the picture. And as we each live our piece well, we add to this beautiful collective picture. And we transform the collective. I say it takes about 10% of a population to shift the collective. So enough of us hold this beautiful energy, this beautiful vision for our future, a vision of thriving, of everyone taken care of kindness, of collaboration, of well-being, of seeking the highest and greatest good for ourselves, for all other life that we share the planet with, and this beautiful planet we call home. Those qualities are what we're seeking. And then how do we express our love through our life? How do we express our gratitude and appreciation for being in these human bodies at this time? How do we do this in a good way so that, again, we're adding to the beauty of life. We're adding to life rather than diminishing life. And we do this by following our heart's calling, by following our yeses, by following our preferences. And again, if you don't know what the bigger words are, like enthusiasm or preference even, just start small. Start with what you know you like. Start with what you know you prefer. And start going in that direction. And that will help because you'll start building momentum. It's a gradual thing. Like cruise ships, it takes a long time for them to turn. They have a lot of momentum behind them. Same with us. When we've been living life a particular way from the outside in, it takes time for us to start to understand who we are and what we value, and then to bring that to the surface and start to live from that instead of the outside in messaging. We live from the inside out, and we start to turn our life in direction of our preferences, what we love, what we appreciate, what we're interested in, what we're curious about, what we have wonder for, what we just love. Moving our life in that direction, because that's life calling us forward. That's saying you are meant to be over here. And all of us need to be following our passions and our heart's calling, our enthusiasm, our preferences, because that's how we will create this beautiful world that we all know is possible in our hearts. It's why we were born. And I know many of you feel this. I feel this. We're here now for this reason. We're here now to make our contribution in a meaningful way. We've all been kind of living in this foggy dream of three-dimensional reality about how things should be. That is defined by that three-dimensional reality. But we're coming back to understanding that we're larger than this. We are a unique, incredible expression of the divine life force. And our role is to live that as cleanly and as clearly and as loudly and as expressively and as beautifully and as congruently as possible, for our good and for the planet's good, for our collective good. We're all liberated when we encounter those people who are living things authentically, who are living their life beautifully and expressively. That's what we're being called to. And that's what the card of the world is all about. It's a major arcana. This is the foundation card. Why the reading we're having it this week is all about the world. What do we want for our world? What do we want for ourselves in that world? We want freedom. We want appreciation. We want thriving. We want beauty. We want care and consideration. All of these things, these kinds of energies are what we want to bring forward into the world. And we can do it, each of us, following that unique passion, the unique value that we hold in our heart, the unique set of preferences. By doing that, we free others to do the same, and more of us can get into this momentum of pulling through the more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. So this is a very, very powerful reading this week. It's very strong, and my understanding is the planetary energies at this time are also very, very strong. There's a lot of this resistant energy. And one of the mentors that I follow, she was talking about feelings and how there's a lot of feeling coming up on the planet. And I just wanted to say that, as she suggests, recognizing that our feelings, we're not going to be in them all the time. They're like clouds in the sky. They come and they go. And when we have feelings come up, whether that's sadness or grief or upset or whatever it is, whatever those feelings are, joy, just let yourself have them, be with it. If you need to, express it in a healthy way. Have a good cry, punch a pillow, scream into a pillow, and you'll notice that the energy is just passing through you. And in a few minutes, it'll be gone, and you'll be on to the next thing. So understanding that part of what we're doing as humans is we're clearing through our bodies, through the field of our bodies, these collective emotions that we're experiencing. And it's okay. It's part of us cleaning things up for a beautiful future. Okay, so from there, let's go to our summary card, the card to grow on, the card for the week. So Creator, we would love a really great summary card, a card that will bring to us great clarity and direction for our life force and energy for the coming week. And the Moon card is jumping out. We'll see if it comes back. What is our modus operandi for the week ahead? The card to grow on, please. Oh, the Tower. It's always such a good card. And intense, don't get me wrong. Now, this doesn't mean that your whole world is going to fall down. Just let's be clear about that. But it does mean that things that are out of integrity are falling down and falling apart. And we just need to be mindful of that. So as things in our personal life start to crumble and fall apart, and things in the collective stage are crumbling and falling apart, it's important to just bear in mind that the new that we need to construct has to start from a clean foundation. These structures and institutions and beliefs and pieces that we've been holding personally and collectively that no longer serve humanity have to go. And that could be distressing when we see those structures, especially when we've been attached to them for our identity or for our belief in security, when they start to fall down. But it is essential for us to make way for the new. The old has to make way for the new. That's what the energy of this card is about. So as you go about this week and you witness things, you witness this happening in your life, in the life of those close to you, or in the collective sphere, just remember that these awakenings, these distinctions, these disintegrations of these old models is part of the new. And we're between the pictures, so it's not entirely comfortable. But I just want you to trust, to drop into your heart, take a deep breath, drop into your body, and just be there inside yourself, witnessing what is happening all around you, knowing that it's all happening perfectly, and holding on to your values, holding on to your vision for what you know for yourself to be true. Have a cry if you need to, let out that emotion if you need to, but know that we are collectively moving. There's no stopping this boat that's turning. It has too much momentum, and it's all going to happen. And we'll be witnessing to that. We'll be witnesses to that. We'll be there watching it all go down. So in this card, the lightning strikes the tower, and as a result, the tower crumbles down to its foundations so that it can be rebuilt again, solid and congruent and authentic and aligned. These are with a lot of integrity. And these are things that we really need right now. As I said, so many of these structures and these institutions that have been the scaffold of our society are deeply, deeply flawed and deeply, deeply corrupt and deeply, deeply need that overhaul. And so as the awareness grows, light is being shone on these things and the healing can happen. The awareness can grow and then the solutions come forward. Just know there are amazing people on the planet who are holding the solutions to the crises that we face. And as the way is made clear, those people can come forward with their gifts, their service to humanity, and provide it in the reconstruction of our world in a direction which is more in alignment with what we want in our hearts collectively. So this week, as I said, witness it, witness the change, witness the transformation. And if you find it distressing, give yourself permission to just be with the emotions as they come up. Notice them. Even label them for what they are: anger, frustration, sadness, grief. And then let them go. Let them flow through you and go. It's pretty powerful. A big reading this week. So our card to grow on is the Tower, watching the crumbling with awareness that we need to clear the way for the new that we'll be building together. Okay. So now, I'd just like to invite you to close your eyes as we wrap up the reading for this week. Take a deep breath and just drop into your heart. Just be in that beautiful, beautiful body. Love it, honor it, appreciate it. It serves you very well. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and the reading for this week is at an end. I ask that you be with all of us as we integrate this wisdom and this knowledge for our collective highest and greatest good. May we be wise. May we stay grounded. May we be very present within ourselves, holding our values, holding our vision for the future as we look out and witness the truth coming to light and the disintegration of the old to make way for the new. I ask for smooth sailing for all those listening. May we move forward positively, easily, and effortlessly and help each other to do the same. The reading is at an end. I want to thank all those who helped to hold the space today. Thank you for letting me do this work. So it is. I wish you a beautiful week. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. If they are supportive of your greater good, please consider sharing them with others who may also benefit. I would love to be of greater service through this work, and I appreciate all that you do to help me to do that. Much love and light, and I will see you next week. Stay in your heart, stay in your now. All is well. Bye for now.